Oh, what was that? Jam and Tan. I remember stuff.
They
That was
used
like
to
a
make
big
these
show
shirts.
like 20 years
They
ago,
used
right?
to make
Gym
these
Tan
shirts
Laundry,
that said Gym Tan Laundry because that's what they did.
Yeah.
That is pretty funny. GTL.
Auction Pit's new motto, but it should be like Trade Tan Laundry.
I could do that.
I would say Gym Trade Laundry.
Yes, it needs some work. We're going to gloss over that.
We're gonna have to is that the phrase? Wordsmith it. We're gonna have to wordsmith it a little.
We will workshop that for sure.
Workshop.
So I want to get started because it's 4:05 and we have a lot to show you guys and a lot to chat about. Vas will be popping in just a minute, I'm sure. So if you haven't, grab yourself a glass of something, sit down, and let's get moving. I'm excited for what we have on deck for you today. So let's go through the agenda. I need the next slide, Justin. All right. We are going to go through everyone and we'll talk about each trader's favorite holiday beverage. Maybe they're drinking it here today. We're going to go through 2024 biggest successes. So we'll walk through some biggest trades and then other big moments inside of the services. And then we'll look forward into some 2025 improvements and projections. Hey, Vas.
Hi. Hi, guys.
Good to see you.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. We're live in the room already. Sorry, we threw you right out of the frying pan into the fire.
I like the sizzle.
We were just walking through today's agenda. I'm going to toss it to each of the traders, and we'll be going through some 2024 successes and looking forward and making some predictions for 2025. So that's the gist. Take me to the next one, Justin. Keep me moving here. All right, let's look at some Option Pit overall stats to start. So this year we had over 532 hours of live streaming. That's a lot. We alerted over 1,000 trades. We had over 100 triple-digit winners. And I think there were 2 quadruple-digit winners, which we'll show and talk about today. We posted 258 YouTube videos. If you don't subscribe to our YouTube channel, Justin, let's post that in the chat, or Christian, post that in the chat. I want to make sure you guys sign up for this. We post videos in there sometimes that don't go out via email. So make sure you subscribe to that channel so you get access to those. We did add 1,000 YouTube subscribers this year, and we had over 100,000 views on YouTube. We had our hit video was the TLT analysis. So if you haven't gone and watched that, make sure you go and search for that on the YouTube. That video was a hit this year. We also post other stock trading videos where we feature specific tickers. Now, if you would have, we crunched some numbers, and if you would have put $1,000 into every alert across Option Pit, which no one is doing this because you can't trade every single service we have all the time, but if you would have, this is the amount that it would have generated, which is crazy. And this calculation, before anyone asks, includes the losers. So this is overall everything, which is insane. I was shocked by this number. I knew it would be high, but I was still surprised. So congratulations. I'm excited to see what that looks like at the end of 2025 too. Andrew, you are up first. We're going to start with you, and we'll go through each of your services. You can talk a little bit about your biggest win, kind of what that trading service is about. And then we'll do your 2025 projections at the end here. So let's start with Trading Desk. If you're a member of Trading Desk, say so in the chat. I like to hear from you guys. Let me know if you're in Trading Desk with Mark and Andrew.
Trading Desk, it's the trading desk. It's the desk I love to trade. There you go. There you go.
Talk to us a little bit about Trading Desk this year, Andrew.
Well, we introduced SVIX strategy. We introduced buying strangles. We introduced vol trading in general. It's been a pretty good year. We've had a lot of education. There's like a ton, literally a ton of information, video on how to trade volatility, vol products. And I'm looking forward to next year. We're worked out a very aggressive, not aggressive schedule, but an organized schedule for 2025. I'm implementing kind of what I would call vol product trading strategy. And we'll be following that pretty rigorously for 2025. So if you want to learn how to trade the volatility products, which are a natural portfolio hedge for the rest of your stuff, your long option trading, Trading Desk will be a great place to learn how to do that this year. Plus, we also want to take advantage of 2025, stocks that move. So I'll be pumping more strangles in and a lot more, basically trying to ride those ripping stocks.
Trading Desk, you also get daily live trading with both Mark and Andrew. It is our only service where you have daily access to live trade with both of them in Trading Desk. So the intention of this is to give you guys an overview of everything that we do here at Option Pit. We have a lot of traders. We are growing quickly, and we have a lot of new trading strategies that are coming. So I want to make sure that everyone understands what is available and gets kind of a taste here and sees what each of those trading strategies did in 2024 so that you guys can decide if there's something new that you want to try or trade with us in 2025. Take us to the next one, JB. Weekly profit cycles, a personal favorite of mine. Talk to me about this a little bit, Andrew.
This is basically the way to think about this is getting paid to own SPY puts. That's what the strategy is. Learning how to use VIX and SPY. That's pretty much all we trade. Learning how VIX works specifically with SPY. Learning how to manage a position of a two-way trade, like a long side and a short side. You just do the same. We have the same trade selection, 3 trade types, and you learn how to manage it. So you would have made probably, I calculated this year, probably about 33% this year on your investment, but you're hedged with the market going down all the time, hedged.
Right.
Coming into the end of, even the end of this year, we're going to have some killer wins, actually.
Last week I remember your
first 100% win.
Last week I remember you closing a slew of both SPY and VIX positions in a single day because of what happened in the market. So
on Wednesday we closed 5 SPY put spreads. So, and now we'll be closing our VIX puts into next week. So it will be very, very good.
This trading strategy is great at taking a day that could hurt in the market, like a day where everything is red, and makes it an exciting day for you if you're trading this.
Yes, it turns your frown like this, and I smile like this. Yeah. So it's a disciplined trading strategy. You have to be ready. There's only maybe one day a week that really you have to do anything. You just have to be ready to close when it's time. All the alerts go out, and we've been doing it now for 2.5 years. And I have my students that stay love it and have done very, very well. So there you go.
I think you also have students that are very vocal about weekly profit cycles as the only strategy that they trade. They may have a larger portfolio, and that is the only thing that they do. So
you could scale that strategy to as many contracts as you want, as you're comfortable with.
This, I lied. I love weekly profit cycles. It has a special place in my heart, but Flash 10 has been one of the most exciting products that we've launched in a while. And we launched this a few months ago. The purpose of Flash 10 was to take 10, and we called them long shot option positions, but 8 of 10 of them are winning right now. 4 of them we've actually already closed. But the idea was to harness the potential of options, but on a longer term, on a longer term, so that you don't have to be making day trades. You're not making swing trades. These were 10 option trades that were basically set it and forget it. Wait 7 months, wait 8 months, and you were looking for triple digit winners. So Flash 10 has been extremely exciting, and we're looking to reboot this again in 2025 with some more option positions. So stay tuned. Andrew, I know Flash 10 trading has been different for you. I think maybe a little frustrating sometimes to ignore the wins, but I would say listening to the members that are trading this strategy, some of the happiest across all of our trading services.
I know. I would like to have my flash 10, and all my issues. My biggest issue is ignoring the winners.
Sure.
Okay, just forget about it, Andrew. We're holding it for 4 or 6 more months. Although we did implement some house money rolling a little bit. So when we have that crazy move, the crazy gap, you're now in a position. We just add a little more time, and you can't lose, and you can ride it for the next 6 months. We've had some people make like pretty huge money actually in this. It's been very, very good. I think what did I don't know. I'm thinking up like $20,000 in the strategy or something like that for myself. I'm running the stock and options.
Yeah.
And I'm just doing the basic size. This hasn't been, but it's been really good. And I'm starting a list of new stocks for next year. So for all you flash tenors that were in, expect more. I just need the list because you need the market to do what you need. So anyway, very, very, very excited about that going forward.
Absolutely. Capital gains. Frank couldn't be here with us tonight. He is in the car. So Andrew is going to cover this. Capital gains, Andrew and Frank trade it together. And Frank brings his K-Street knowledge to Andrew, and then he formulates what we call zero theta trades, which are 2 trades you put on at one time, and one trade pays for the other one. So the most impressive thing I think about this strategy, Andrew, is that win percentage. I mean, for any strategy that's actively trading, which you have maybe 1 trade a week or 1 every other week, an 82% win rate is
not
insane.
bad. It's not bad. So Frank's the secret here because he finds these freaking dumb stocks I've never heard of, from drones and nuclear crap I would never know. He's like, dude, no. You're like, this is going to happen. This is going to happen. Now find a trade. So my job is just to make the trade, but he comes up with the underlying. So I own almost every stock in the portfolio personally, like 100 here, 200 here, 300 here, something like that. It's been huge for me. Like CCJ, like in the 20s, SMR was like $4 or $3. KTOS was like $16. Like great mid cap to small cap stocks.
Yes, absolutely.
If you're looking for also stocks that are investable, interesting, drones, nuclear power, energy related, grid related, AI related, that aren't just all NVIDIA, which by the way, NVIDIA, we did look at all those semiconductors a long time ago, but they just freaking blew up. But just different mid-cap stocks. It's a good service.
Also, in your list of all of those, you left out potentially the biggest one, which I think segues us to the next slide, which is RCAT. I know a lot of people got into RCAT as the ticker when Frank first mentioned it. And Andrew actually had one of the craziest trades I've ever seen, a zero theta trade around this that actually made 5,400%. That is not a typo. There should be 2 zeros there.
You can't like you pay a nickel for something and it goes to $2.70. Like, why did I do that like 100 times? It was like ridiculous. It was the most ridiculous, awesome thing. And this stock's still going up. It's crazy. It's like totally it's on fire now. It's insane. So
absolutely.
And this is Frank is picking really, or the stocks he's looking at in his business and all his dealings and stuff. Very interesting. Just places I never would go or think about. Mm-hmm. You know, 'cause I'm like vol and spy and boring stuff all the time. But Frank adds a little excitement to it. So now you take the option. My job is just to make the option trades, make the stocks, make it a little more tradable, There you go.
Absolutely. I think we have some testimonials here of trading with Andrew. If you guys traded with Andrew this year, feel free to share also in the chat right now. These are just a few of hundreds that we collected over the course of the year. I am very excited, Andrew, for the next few months of trading with you, and also for you and Frank with capital gains, the inauguration is in about a month. And that is going to be a very exciting catalyst for that service. You guys have pinpointed 2 sectors there between nuclear power and defense, where, like you mentioned, Frank is finding these small and mid-cap stocks that you guys can make these innovative zero theta trades on. And I'm very excited to see how that service progresses over the next few months.
Me too.
Actually, as we have.
So yeah, I do all the trades, everything we recommend. I put them all on, good, bad, or ugly. But it's been pretty good in 2025, so I'm nothing to complain about. So, go me. There we go. Old guy in Maine. That's all I do. Oh, there he is. Frank is here. We invoked you.
Hey, Frank.
I heard my name.
This has to be the largest call we posted in the history of Option Pit, with 7 people on at once.
Very large.
I would say that for sure.
Frank, we were just covering some of the wins in cap gains to end the year. We specifically talked about RedCat a little bit. Everyone is very excited for what is going to happen trading over the next few months after the inauguration. What are you excited for most in 2025?
I think there's 3 sectors that play right into what we've been doing, and that's energy, that is defense, and that is crypto. By the way, all of which play off each other. So we are super excited. And look, the fact is, Andrew just put on some really good trades this year, really good timings. I threw a couple of ideas at the wall. He made them stick. So
go us. Woo!
The formula between the 2 of you, as humble as you are, is really, I think, a sweet spot. And your 82% win rate definitely shows that. So
yes.
Who is our next trader? Is it Leisha?
I believe it is.
Leisha, you are up next. Let's go through some of your biggest wins. Costco was a huge one. You want to talk about that first?
I think you skipped a slide, guys.
Go back, Justin.
Go back one, please. There you go. Thank you.
Alicia's like, don't skip this slide. Don't skip this slide.
Of course not. First of all, the best part of my services are my members. They are a wonderful group of traders. Honestly, everyone, we have fun. They play off each other, and we garner great trading ideas from one another. So it is a very great community. Option Shopper, Zero DT, wonderful people. We'd love for you to join us there.
Shout out in the chat if you are an option shopper or a Zero DTE. Say hello.
These are my biggest wins were in XSP, those Zero DTE trades, which my option shoppers do get those trades also. So yeah, that this 1134 was the winner for a very long time till Andrew beat me. But yeah, we had some tremendous wins there and XSP. Also, next slide, Justin, our option shopper trades. Before that, my pick of the year last year, Costco was trading 456. I said it would trade 1,000. It traded 1,000, just like last week or the week before. So that was a cool pick. In option shopper, I've had 25 triple-digit winners. These being the largest ones: IWM, GM, CCJ, Merck. We have a lot of stocks we trade. We have a scanner. We get new stocks that we like to look at, make pitchforks and our candlesticks, and we read the charts and choose directions and find the cheapest options to trade.
I just posted a link in the chat where you guys can sign up for Alicia's free newsletter. It's called Profits and Pumps. It goes a few times every week, totally free. It's a place where you can hear from Alicia. Alicia, what do you do inside Profits and Pumps? I know you give some trades, you follow some pitchforks. Give people a rundown of what they can expect if they sign up for that newsletter.
Shane is a shopaholic. I love it. My Profits and Pumps, sometimes I write a little personal stuff. I love to collect quotes and anecdotes. So a lot of times I have things like that in there. But then I'll give a little lesson on a candle. I always give a trade idea, and almost too good for a free service, because a lot of times I will give you the exact option to buy with the stop loss. I'll give you the whole trade plan. And my profits and pumps this year in 25, I'm going to start keeping track of that track record, because it's been very good too.
Here's some more. I like this one from Dawn. She actually hopped in on the 1134% winner. I don't know if Dawn's here today, but belated congratulations, Dawn. That's a trade of a lifetime for sure. 56% Jerry. He's at a lot of our events. I don't know if Jerry's here today. Say hello if you are. Hans, thank you so much, Felicia. We'll come back at the end and we're going to get some of your predictions for 2025. Like I said earlier, Leisha had probably the hottest prediction from last year to this year. So I would be lying if I said I wasn't waiting for her prediction this year. I have my E-Trade account open. I'm ready to go put it in. Hans, talk to us a little bit about income trading. You have been on some live shows already here at Option Pit, and we're getting ready to launch your service in Q1 of 2025, which I'm super excited for.
Yeah, thanks, Hannah. Yeah, so I've known Mark and Andrew probably for almost like 12, 13 years at this point. And way back when Option Pit was early on in its journey, not super early, but just getting a little bit earlier in its journey. And it was amazing to find a place where people thought like me, former market makers, people who really got this stuff on the option side of things. And I'm sure everybody can agree there are 20,000 different, experts out there screaming at the top of their lungs, in the option space, but there aren't very many people who really get it. And so when I had the opportunity to work with them and the rest of this amazing team, I had to jump at it. So heading up the Option Pit income initiative here. So I already have a newsletter. Hopefully some of you are on it. It's been going out at least a couple times a week, just talking about my views on the environment as it pertains to the income part of things, right? So we can do, of course, all kinds of amazing things with options. We can use leverage to multiply our gains by, 5,400%. So there's some amazing trades you can make from that side of things. But on the income side, we tend to be a little bit more focused on, listen, we want some consistent, repeatable income from markets. And the edge, the things that inform us are often some of the same things that the other guys look at here, right? It's technicals, it's the macro environment, it's where our vol levels. So I'm always listening to what Andrew has to say. Are vol levels high? Are they low? But then again, there's always nuance in there, right? And that's why, I think members can really benefit from a lot of what we do. I often tell people, a low VIX can be expensive and a high VIX can be cheap. And people kind of go, what are you talking about? How's that possible? Well, it's because the devil's in the details. And so those are the kinds of things that I look at, get into very deeply to try to find opportunities. And so it's about generating income. So we're going to be talking about all kinds of cool stuff in the newsletters. And then what's really exciting is when the opportunity presents itself, we'll put on some of these turbocharged zero theta type plays, which I've been doing all year. And that's where we can really, really move the needle. And when you've got conviction, right? Because Mark always laughs at this, but I always say, being a good covered call seller, for example, just to pick one, particular income type strategy, being a good covered call seller is knowing when not to sell calls. And we did that recently, actually, on Amazon. We were talking about where can we generate some income? And I said, you know what? I don't like it here. It was around $200. And I said, don't sell calls until probably 225. I just wasn't seeing the edge. And sure enough, not that I'm Nostradamus or anything, but Amazon ran right up to 225, even hit 230, 232. And that's where I start to see some edge. So it's about knowing when to zig, knowing when to zag. And that's what the service, that's what the newsletter is all about. And I encourage everybody to jump on and give it a listen.
Absolutely. I'm seeing some questions in the chat about, there's a lot of different ways that you can quote unquote generate income. Hans and I have been working together on the way that he is going to be doing that. And we've been working on developing a track record, all in preparation for launching the product. And one of the pieces of it that I'm most excited about that Hans just mentioned briefly is these turbo trades, where basically you want the high win rate of income trading. And then we have a way to actually turbocharge some of those wins to get outside of, 10 or 20% or what can normally be seen as income trading. So I'm very excited about that. There's a link in the chat to sign up for Hans Option Pit Income Letter. Free newsletter. You can hear from Hans a few times a week. This is the only place right now until we launch Hans Service where you can hear from him. So click that link in the chat, sign up for Option Pit Income. This is a great letter. I love reading it. And it's just the beginning before we actually get into launching the service. So thanks, Hans. I'm very excited for it.
I appreciate it. Thanks, Hannah. It's great to be here.
We're trying to diversify our group here with
Yes, we are.
Canadian presence. Vas.
Hey guys. Hey, happy holidays, everyone.
Happy holidays. Let's talk a little bit about some of your 2024 highlights.
All right. Yeah, 2024 was awesome. We added more to the closer algo. If you guys don't know me, I trade the close, and we have my special algo, the closer, that will tell us if we're going to end the day up or down. So I added more to that algo. It's been very specific, which is great. We also added a closer helper in the chat, because you know how sometimes there's a delay, even though ours is only like 5 seconds when you're day trading at that time. It's important to not have that delay. So we have our closer helper in chat telling viewers and members exactly what's happening at that time, what trades we're taking. So it's laser fast. And then we also recalibrated. I always like to re-strategize. The market is always changing. You need to change and adapt to the market. So I also recalibrated my options and technical scanner to get like closer dated breakouts and breakdowns. So that has been on a hot streak. And then we also are developing a new add-on service. We're calling it the game plans in 2025. So that kind of gives you an idea of zones to trade in and when to take a trade, when not to. And we also beat the S&P 500, which I know we have some like awesome, like high percent winners, but that's really important. And we only had like one losing month this year. And that month we still beat the S&P 500. So it's been pretty good, Hannah. It's been a great 2024.
For those of you that don't know, every single day, Mark and Vas trade the close. So they are live trading from 3 to 4. There's so much volume and movement that happens during that time period. So it's a really exciting time to come in and scalp some exciting trades. One of the things I can't wait for with your game plan product, Vas, is for those of you that may not be around to actively trade the close, but want to be able to tap into some of Vas's and Mark's genius together, you'll actually be able to do that through this strategy. Because like what Vas was kind of outlining, she'll be giving you guys some levels for if and then to make these trades. So that's very exciting, I think, for some people who maybe can't just be there from 3 to 4.
Although I would comment, there's no way Vas yelled at me only 3 times. She yelled at me.
I deleted that.
I don't know who slipped that in there.
Maybe 3 times on average per hour.
There is a lot of smack talk, okay? There is a lot of smack talk.
Smack talk. Yeah, if you want to define smack talk as Vas talking smack and me receiving smack talk, then yes, plenty of smack talk.
Okay,
but it's fun. We have a great time.
Listen,
Mark. It is the most fun last hour of the day that you can possibly have. If you're not a member of Trade the Close, it's extremely profitable, and we have so much fun trading it together. It really is just a blast. And hanging out with my trading buddy Vas. We have a great time.
I agree.
Chip in the chat says, I was down today, used Vas's perspective to help stay with what I was doing. Nearly pinned, good for $1,400. And if you go to the next slide, Justin, we see testimonials like that every single day.
Every day.
Trading the close. every single day. We could have done 15 slides of these. There are so many people making money from 3 to 4 on the close, which is super exciting.
It is awesome. Great year,
Lamb
man.
Chop made $23,000 in an hour. Emu Bob making $4,900. 1,003. There's another one of those quadruple digit winners. 1,312%.
Crazy.
Breed Love making 14 grand. Scott B with 8 grand, followed up by 16 grand. Good trading, guys. Boston Mindy cleaning up. We love it.
Yeah.
And
Fantastic.
it makes us extremely happy to do that with everybody.
What
in
I love
trade.
about this too is seeing the new names that are on this slide. Like we have always the regulars that are doing great, but there are some new names in here that weren't trading the close at this time last year that are cleaning up on these trades. So that's really exciting.
Thanks, guys.
Who we got next here? Justin. Thanks, Vaz. We're going to get to Vaz's predictions for 2025 in just a second here. So hang around. We will go all through the traders again, and they'll make their 2025 predictions. Mark, we're going to finish up with you. Let's start with Delta Strike. Delta Strike had a great year, especially the last few months.
Yes, we got on a real heater, and I made a slight tweak second half of the year, and it made a huge difference. We had some just massive winners. SQQ as a kind of a hedge around what the market was doing, trading a little vol, but IBM, ICLN, FSLY, CCJ. What I love is none of these have anything to do with each other. This is not industry specific. It's, hey, I don't know what this stock does, but this trader's buying calls, so it's probably going up, or this trader's buying puts, so it's going down. It's simple and easy and fun.
Absolutely. 39 triple digit winners this year for Delta Strike. That is cleaning up. That's almost a triple digit winner a week. That's a great result. Let's talk about TradeZone. We launched TradeZone this year.
Yes.
And we also had our largest gain there was 314%. Talk to us a little bit, Mark, about TradeZone and what you're excited for this year.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a really, really good year. So I think what we saw last week might be kind of the end of this of kind of this volatility cycle we've been in, and TradeZone does especially well in kind of sinking volatility markets. We've added Leisha to the mix. She's now helping me she's been a huge improvement on TradeZones with the overlay of pitchforks into TradeZone, and it's been directly benefited our trading in that we're getting some really nice consistent winners there. And so I'm really excited for TradeZone and the trades that we've got on. We've got a really nice one on right now in Meta and in Qualcomm that I think are going to be some home runs.
One of the things I also love about the traders here that you just said, and we've talked about this a little bit earlier, are each of you guys as pro traders helping each other with your strategies. Hey, I'm struggling with this, or hey, I want to improve this, or hey, this isn't working. Will you look at this with me? That's one of the benefits for you guys here listening today for buying trading services here at Option Pit is they are always improving. We are always looking at them. I don't like my win rate. I don't like the amount I'm making per trade. How can I improve this? We sit down probably quarterly and look at our trading services and go over them in this way. And we make those adjustments and we relaunch them to you guys. So know that is happening in the background. And that's part of my role here is to help bring that to the foreground for you guys, is to show you all the optimization that we are making to all of our products, so you can see why they work so well and why they continue to do even better. Mark also trades 0 DTE with Alicia. 0 DTE, I mean, just looking at these numbers makes me want to talk about this every day.
Yeah.
To have 77 triple digit wins is just wild. We launched this strategy, I think, in January of 2024. So we're coming up on a full year here. Mark, talk to me a little bit about the excitement surrounding trading 0 DTE. This has been huge.
Yeah, I mean, we were at the front of it. We caught 0 DTE before anybody had heard of 0 DTE. And we have developed, I think, the best strategy for trading it because it's low risk, it's a low risk, low dollar debit that can return massive, massive wins. You saw 671%. It's a simple, easy strategy that has, wins consistently into the triple digits. We're coming up on a year. I forget what our total trades are, but I want to say maybe about 150 total trades, 160. So nearly 50% of our trades are triple digit winners, which is really, really fun. And so, is there a high volatility returns? Yes, but having that high volatility returns is what allows this to have a really nice, return and win rate. If you're looking at your trading portfolio, this is your, high beta tech stock part of your trading, not your S&P 500 part of your trading.
Right. And one of the other things we try to do here is provide all of our readers and subscribers with many different opportunities, whether it's trading the close, whether it's trading intraday with 0 DTE, whether it's swing trading, whether it's long-term like Flash 10 or some of these income strategies or cheap options with Leisha. We really cover all our bases, and we want Option Pit to be a one-stop shop for you as an aspiring trader to generate some extra money, whatever that trading style may be. We have a trade strategy that fits that. Mark, you had a ton of big trades this year, but here's just a couple of them. 671% on 0 DTE. That was in the first week of 2024. So Next week, I'm looking for a matching trade to start off 2025. Apple was also great to you this year across multiple services. You also had a huge trade. August 5th, that was the yen carry trade in Delta Strike.
Yeah. We saw the writing on the wall there.
Yeah.
Where we put on several trades around that. And that's one of the things that you'll get here is when because we're all traders, when we see real problems, if you go to every single service, you talk to Leisha, whether she had people prepped kind of ahead of time. You talk to Andrew, whether we had people prepped. Vas. Hans wasn't trading with us that yet, but he will be. The next time it's on the list, we're not just gonna be like, well, that's not my service, not my problem. This is a team effort where we all support each other and help everyone prepare when we see major issues arising. And we had everyone pretty much situated to not lose their shirt into the yen carry trade, which ended up being the event of 2024 in terms of volatility.
Absolutely. Kind of until last week, which we pivoted to. We launched another service in the last few months here called Special Situations. There are so many market events that happen regularly every year, whether it's FOMC, earnings, things that have longer trends, like every 4 years with the election, or every year with this December imbalance where we're going to trade these 7 zero decay options, which we'll talk a little bit more about in just a second. If you're not a part of Special Situations, those are the final 7 trades that we'll be making to end the year. So if you want to get into that service, we'll post that and you'll have the opportunity to do that before the end of the year. Mark's probably going to put those trades on either tomorrow or just right after Christmas. So that is very exciting for Special Situations. And we'll have even more of those coming soon, just to start the beginning of January. So that's very exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited for this. It really did start to develop today. So I think we're 100% going to be in on Friday. I think there's one more day of real vol smash coming tomorrow, and then we'll jump in on Thursday or Friday.
Absolutely. A lot of great testimonials here from Trading with Mark this year. If you don't see your name up here, pop in your own testimonial in the chat. We want to hear from all of you that have participated and made money and celebrate all of you. That's the point of this today. Are we to the 2025 predictions? Yes, we are. Okay. Let's go through some of our predictions for 2025. I think, are we starting with Andrew? Yes. Andrew, take us through some of your predictions. If you guys are listening today, open a Google Doc, grab a piece of paper. You're going to want to write some of this down. As we saw earlier, these can come to fruition quickly. So I would definitely get these down. Andrew, you still there? Can you guys hear him?
I muted myself because
There
of the
you
bang
go.
going on upstairs.
There he is.
Sorry
I got
about
you
that.
now. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't understand how to actually do this broadcasting thing after 10 years. Don't unmute. All right. So a drone Kate stock KTOS, I think it'll be a $40 stock this year, trading 26. This year for volatility, I think we're gonna have a more volatile year. Mostly because like Donald Trump, he's like, oh, we're gonna put tariffs on. Oh, the tariffs are off. Oh, this, oh, that. So I think we'll get a lot more daily. We'll have some solid swings in volatility. We'll just call it that. So I think we'll have at least 3 spikes to zone 4 this year. The stuff we saw this year, I think will be with us for a long time to come. But we will have a good year in the market, still about a 10% return, I think. But we will have a low below 5,000 once. Also, some stocks I like. The oil stocks are basically free. So APA is like a $20 stock right now is one. I think it'll be a $30 stock at some point this year. I think Square will continue to ride the Bitcoin thing. My target was 125. I think it'll go to 150. And lastly, Portillo's. This is my dark horse. One of my favorite chains in the world, but you only buy it if it goes over 10. There you go. And then there's a lot of underperforming restaurant stocks. Will some of them actually make a move this year? So, but you only buy Portillo if it goes over 10. If it stays in the single digit handle, just ignore it. And those are my 2025.
Thanks, Andrew. Leisha, what you got for us this year?
I think the rally continues. Now, I don't think we're going straight up, but I think my predictions here are all for the end of the year. I think SPX will be 72.52 by the end of the year. I think the Qs will add another 15-16% to 667. I'm choosing Walmart because I want to play the RFK health food benefits. I was looking at food companies, but I think Walmart is the vehicle to get to the masses. I think people are ready to jump on board and get healthy. I think people are tired of being not healthy and the upside down pyramid food chart and all that. I think that we can get something going and that people will be getting into it. And I think Walmart is across the country. That may be a way to reach the masses. And I like Walmart to 152 by the end of the year. The new administration is going to be energy friendly. I like XOP, it's gas and exploration. I think it could trade to 160 by the end of the year. For defense, I found this ETF, iShares Aerospace and Defense ETF, ITA. Pretty interesting. They have a mixture of small, mid, and large caps. It rebalances every quarter. I think it could trade to 177. And
have you talked to Frank about that? I wish he was still on in his car. I want to hear.
I will ask him. That's a good point, Hannah. I will ask him. Because it is a new stock for me, but I like the pitchfork that I created and stuff.
Yeah.
And Bitcoin, I'm always bullish crypto. I think we can make it to 160 by next December.
Thanks, Leisha. As you can see with some of these, there is a little bit of overlap between your guys' predictions, which I'm taking as validation from each of you. Hans, take us through yours. You have a similar SPX level to Leisha here.
Yeah, similar. So I think we kind of overshoot a little bit, probably get to that 7,000 level, and then ultimately pull back a little bit. But I think it's going to be a little bit more. I mean, I've been calling for, a strong market because of a strong economy for a year now. And so I think we continue. I think every time somebody starts talking about, recession, we don't come anywhere close to that materializing. So I think we continue with this sort of warm porridge environment where growth isn't too crazy, inflation is generally kept under wraps, and stock markets love that. I think they're going to continue to enjoy that. Then I think at some point we might see a little touch of inflation and we get a bit more of a reflationary type environment. So, but for now, I think it's going to continue to be, I think MAG still does well. I think Momo and FOMO are well entrenched, and we keep going. Uranium, I think, is an interesting area that I think still has legs. We've seen a lot of the big tech companies get into securing supply in that area, making big, expensive moves into nuclear. And I think that bodes well for a Canadian company called Cameco. So CCJ, one of my favorite picks out there. I think it's pulled back almost $10 at this point from sort of the low 60s down to the low 50s. And it's sitting at a very, very nice spot there on the chart. I'd love to know what Leisha thinks about it. But I think that's got some really, really good upside if you want to play that, which is, of course, part of what I think might be a little bit of the reflationary trade, which is commodities start to make a little bit of a comeback. I kind of like some oil stocks. I like XLE. Hasn't done very well. So in terms of the, that sort of bounce back play, I like that area. And then CCJ kind of straddles those worlds, right? It's commodities, it's uranium, but it's also tied into all those very strong secular tech themes in terms of AI and quantum and all this other great stuff. So it's kind of sitting very nicely within that space there. Hood, one of my favorite stocks out there. I think they've got their hands in almost everything. Crypto, exposure to crypto. It's a cool, a young person's accessible way to get into finance. And of course, we're seeing young people come into the markets in droves over the last few years. And I don't think people want to be, anywhere near their father's kind of stuffy broker sort of environment. And I think this really fits very, very well. Most people want to do everything online. They want technology to be a part of everything they do. And Hood does that very well, very, very well. So big fan. I think they continue to hoover all that money that young people are starting to make. And it's kind of like the BMW way of doing things. Like a car maker, they want to get you in the 1 Series, but once you're in their ecosystem, then they kind of move you through the paces into the other cars, into the other parts of their ecosystem. And that's what you want to do in the sort of wealth management side of things. You want to keep people in there, get them in early, and then, like a cigarette company, get them smoking early, get them in there, start smoking early for a finance version of that. And so, those are my picks. So feeling pretty good about those.
Thanks, Hans. You're getting a lot of validation in the chat on CCJ. I know a lot of people have been talking about that anyway. I think Vas and Mark as well. Speaking of Vas, take us through your 2025 projections.
Oh, yeah. We have a rule actually in trade to close. If there's any mention of CCJ, we're taking the trade. That's a good one. I like it, Hans. All right, guys. So I think that we're going to have a little bit to start the new year, a little bit more selling in Bitcoin, which will be a great scoop up opportunity. So I'll be hunting for that, but I think we're going to come in just a little bit. I also think that the market's going to feel a little similar to last year. A lot of traders were calling for, a bit of selling in the first quarter. We didn't get that. I think it's going to be this kind of, as Andrew was saying, there's going to be some volatility, but it's going to, be on the to the upside. Just kind of it doesn't feel like it, but it will be going higher. So that's exciting for me because I'm going to be looking for some explosive stocks, some individual stocks, while most likely taking a directional SPY call and trade those explosive stocks in the meantime.
Love to hear it. Very excited about your new service also, which we'll be talking about more very soon.
Can't wait for that. I got to jump, guys. Happy holidays. Thank you.
Happy holidays, Vas. Thanks for joining us.
Bye, Vas. Merry Christmas.
Bye-bye. Merry Christmas. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Merry Christmas.
Mark, let's go through yours.
Sure.
Last but certainly not least.
Yeah. So last year I liked Qualcomm at this time, and that did extremely well. I think I kind of disagree with the Trump is a high VIX president. If you look, during most of the tenure of his presidency, we endured some of the lowest volatility the market has ever seen. It took us back to like 2012, 2013 levels, where we were consistently in the 12s. Now, I think we've gotten a really nice run up, and there's going to be a little bit of sell the news in the first quarter, selling off post inauguration. But once we get a little bit of retrenchment, I think we're going to see things rip after that first quarter. And exactly, this is America. Stocks go up. So I think the SPX is going to rip to 7,200. I was going to put 7,253, but I didn't want to one up Leisha's 7,252. But so I just set somewhere around 7,200. I think Microsoft is going to end up the year most valuable company in the world. But Amazon and Google are going to, of the major companies, are going to be the ones that pick up the most, followed by, in terms of overall market cap. I think Google is going to make that next big jump, and then followed by Broadcom. I think Broadcom is going to take some of NVIDIA's lunch, both in the chip space. You're going to see, I think, some money rotate out of NVIDIA into Broadcom, which is going to stunt NVIDIA a little bit in 2025. So, and the next $100 billion company is going to be Reddit. That company is the next Facebook. So I am talking, this is one that I already own heavily and would be adding to, as again, I think, take a look at go talk to your kids or, anybody under the age of 30 and ask them how much they're on Reddit and how much they're reading Reddit stories and things like that. And unless they're an engineer, they're going to be like, oh, I'm on it all the time. And the amount of data harvesting that company is doing.
Sure.
And I think Hans said it. Facebook basically figured out the model for them. And now that they've got this platform, they're going to be able to monetize so quickly that they will be probably 3 or 4x this time. I think they may have already, this time next year, they'll have already done a stock split. Maybe they'll have already done a 3-for-1 or 4-for-1 stock split. So there is my trade idea for the year.
Thank you, Mark. And for those of you asking, there will be a replay of this in this room afterwards. So you can go back and review all of these picks. I also wanted to walk you guys through some new projects that are coming here at Option Pit, just on the operational side, and talk about a few products. We have a couple new products coming in the first few weeks of the month, which I'm very excited about. We're going to be doing a small account challenge with Leisha. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Those of you that may have a smaller portfolio, this is going to be specifically for you. There will be some pieces of this product that we don't normally do, like talking about trading a whole portfolio, talking about rebalancing as that portfolio grows, setting new goals, setting new KPIs for your trade. So maybe letting winners run, or making sure that you stop out of certain stocks, things that you need to know to grow a small account. So we're going to be doing that with Leisha. We also have an Option Pit investing product that's going to be coming. Similar to Flash 10, this is going to be longer term picks. So we will be just going through, is that a 5? Do you want a high five or?
I'm excited for it.
I'm very excited for Option Pit investing for people that are looking to have something that's a little more hands off. We talk about the whole picture a lot here at Option Pit, and trading is obviously a substantial piece of that, but investing is always going to be part of your portfolio. We want to help service some of that. We have a very innovative way to pick stocks, and we're going to start talking about that at the beginning of this year, and then we're going to be launching an Option Pit investing product. Obviously, Hans' income product, we talked about that a little bit. We are also going to be adding some new stocks to Flash 10. So we'll be doing those longer term option picks again, which I'm very excited about. We also have what we are calling Margin Trader for right now, which is going to be for those of you that have large accounts, very large accounts, and you want to use, make trades that you can only make using margin. We're going to develop a strategy for you to actually be able to make some trades that normally you can't make with a smaller account. We'll continue to trade special situations. So we're going to be coming out with a calendar in the next few weeks that will show you all of the special situations in the first quarter that we're looking forward to trading. So if you're a member of special situations, keep your eyes peeled for that. Very exciting. And then we're also going to make some more improvements to the member profile that we launched this year. So you guys know we changed our paid member site. So where we actually do our live streaming, we added a bunch of portfolios, and we're going to continue to add other features there for you guys. Some things like being able to actually see some intraday alerts on option trades as they hit certain pricing. Making sure we have portfolios for all of our services and even some of our free newsletters. Alicia talked about this a little bit for Profits and Pumps. We're going to launch a portfolio for that so you guys can actually see the performance of the trades in the free newsletter. And then we're also going to have a portfolio for the ticker highlight show trades that we make on Mondays. So those will be added in 2025. And then I'm hoping to also add, because this has been a request from many of you, I'm hoping to add the ability for you guys to actually track some of your own portfolios inside of the paid members site. That's something we're working on right now, but that's a question we get a lot from you guys. I see your portfolio, but here's mine. Can I at least make notes on the positions, or can I actually add and track my own? We're going to work on that for you guys. And as always, if you guys have other features that you would like to see or other strategies that you would like to see here at Option Pit, I'm going to pop my email into the chat here. And we have a very open door policy here. If you ever have a question about a strategy or you want to make a request, hey, Hannah, I've always wanted to see someone explain trading this way. Or, hey, I really wish in the paid rooms we had this feature. Feel free to reach out to me. We take all of your requests very seriously, and we review them as a group, and we talk about how we can make them real. Because at the end of the day, we're not here to just trade ourselves. We're here to teach you guys how to trade. So please do not ever hesitate to send me any of that. Final thing. Mark, I want to give you a second to talk about the 7-0 decay option trades that you're going to put on. It sounds like probably this Friday. For those of you that don't have special situations, I want to give you guys an opportunity now, and let's post an order form for you to actually get on this before we launch these trades. Give everyone a rundown if they're new here on these 7 trades. These are the last 7 trades basically that Option Pit is making before the end of the year.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I'm looking. We may be able to sneak 1 or 2 in tomorrow on a couple of names, but I think the bulk are going to be on Friday, because we've seen obviously index, the VIX, really come in, but some of the individual equities that I'm watching have already kind of really pulled back to levels that I'm looking at and may be there tomorrow afternoon. So there's a slight chance I may put out like 2 of the 7 or 1 of the 7 trades to start moving tomorrow, just because, you know, sectors don't all move in unison, right? VIX is down to 1678, but it's not like the entire market moves in unison. Certain sectors saw their volatilities get smashed much harder than other areas. So a couple of the names I'm watching that are in a very specific sector, we may be able to hop into that tomorrow, but most of them are going to be likely on Friday, and I'm excited to execute it.
On your screen here, guys, you will see some of the details of these trades. These are quick hit options, so we're not holding any of these for probably over 2 weeks. Some of them may even be just a few days. Mark's target for each of these is less than $4 an option. Most of them will be around $2 an option. So that's only $200 if you wanted to just trade 1 contract. Thankfully, because of what happened last week with the market correction and the VIX spike, it actually changed the profit targets that Mark has for some of these trades Originally, he was just looking for 100%, but thanks to last week and the correction we saw even in some of these names, he's thinking it may look like 150% or 200% or more, because he's still looking for the same stock price target, and some of them corrected down. So there's actually more room for us to run to those targets, which is exciting. In the chat, there is a link to join Special Situations, and there's also a link above us. We will be closing this in the next few days. So if you want to be a member of Special Situations and get these 7 trades to finish out the year, make sure that you click on that link and that you join us. Well, everyone, thank you so much for coming today. I hope that we'll have a replay of this in this room after this. So if you came late or if you missed some of the picks, you'll be able to come back and review them. But thank you guys so much for coming today. And I mean, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
You guys every year.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
And Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah. That's right. Same day this year,
On
right?
Christmas this year. And thank you so much to everybody for being such wonderful, wonderful traders with us. And Option Pit wouldn't be Option Pit without you guys. You guys are what drives it. So thank you.
Absolutely. Stay tuned over the holidays. We will be sending you guys some emails with some replays and other projections for 2025. So keep your eyes peeled for those. But other than that, hop in Special Situations, grab some of these trades with us before the end of the year, and then we'll see you guys in 2025.
Absolutely. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everyone.